Hello, welcome to another part of our module. In our last class, we manually entered a data set which we named student information. And I said in this class, we will be looking at how we can edit this student information and how we can see the data that we've entered. Now, remember, I talked about the views here, and I said for our reports view is where you get to see your visualization, and then for our data view, you get to see your table. So if I click on this data view, you see the table that we manually entered in our last class, the name, the department, and the age. So let's see some transformation that we can do on this table. And to achieve that, we'll be going to our data group, and okay, no, not our data group now, our queries group, and we'll click on transform data. So this transform data is to clean our data and see if there are any inconsistency to ensure an accurate result. So we can call this transform state more like the refinery. So if we click on our transform data, it takes us straight to our Power Query editor. So in our Power Query editor, we can do a lot of things with our data. I also remembered in the last class, I talked about how we are going to know why we having ABC here, 1, 2, 3. So for those people that are already familiar with Power BI, they might understand why we're having that. But for those that are not familiar with Power BI, don't worry, we got you covered. So the reason why we're having this ABC here, you see name, we have ABC, department ABC, then age 1 to 3. They are not just here for fancy. They are here so that you know what is going on as a data analyst. So they are known as data type. For those of us that are already into programming, you understand what we talk about data type. But if you're not, don't worry, you're not lost here. So data type are just simply like the attributes of this data, the properties, how this data, the data that is here, how it is like, what it is about. Just like a very good example, classes of food, right? And then we know that if we're eating rice, rice is under the carbohydrate class of food. That is what is going on here. So we can say in simple term, we are talking about the class of the data that we have here, the attribute. So for this ABC, they are for text. Whenever you write a text, and in program we also call them strings. String is not only for text though. Yeah, so string is not only for text, we also have characters. So let me just say text so that I don't get us confused. So yeah, for text, if I click on this ABC here, you see we have lots of data type here. We have decimal. So if we're having a decimal number, we use this decimal number as the data type. If we're having currency, we use fixed decimal number. If we're having a whole number, which we can call an integer in programming, we use whole number. That's why you see that this our age column has 1, 2, 3 because it recognizes that it's a whole number. We're working with percentage, the same thing. You see date, time, so duration, text, true or false, binary. So if we're working with any of these data type, it's very important for you. So part of the data cleaning is it's very important for you to know which data type is on your column, because if you don't do that, it's going to give you an error. You are going to have an inaccurate result. Let's assume this age column now, it's now instead of whole number, we put it in fixed decimal. Let's assume we replace it now. So now you see that it's now in decimal, and this is going to give us error when we want to perform analysis. It's going to make our our result inaccurate. So we're not going to have an accurate result, which accuracy is very important in data analysis. Very, very important. It has to show that yes, your report is very accurate, very true. That is why it's important for you to know the data type that you're working with and for you to check. So always look out for it. Now, I wanted to replace this, but let me just show us this. So whenever you make any changes in Power BI in your query editor, instead of taking it back, you see this by the right hand side, you see applied step. So what I'll just do is I'll just cancel. You see this sign here, this X, I'll just click on it and that is it. So it takes me back to how it was. This is wrong, we know that, right? So we have to change it back to whole number. So when you want to work on your applied step, you can do that. Then let's assume we want to add more rows to this row that we're having here, because you remember this data set we have here, we entered it manually. If we want to add more rows, we'll just come to this our source. You see this icon here. When you click on it, it will take us to where we enter our data. So let's assume we want to add another thing. Let's say we want to add diary again, and then but this diary is in computer science, and then this diary is 24. Oh, same, so let's change 23. Okay, let's put it in 24, and then I will show you how we'll change it in our query editor. What do you think? Okay, so okay, now we've done this. We've added another row to this data set. The next thing we're going to do is replace value. So how do you, let's say you made a wrong spelling and then you want to correct it. Let's say number 5, Tega. Tega is not in chemistry, she's in chemistry education. So how do you correct it? You can't click on it to correct it. You can't do that. So what do you do? Under our home tab, you see this home tab transform. We're going to work on each of these tabs. So under this home tab, remember we're still in our query editor. Under this home tab, you come to your transform and you see replace value. This replace value. So if we click on replace value, it will tell us are you sure you want to insert a step? Insert. So click on replace value, insert. So because I already clicked on chemistry initially, but if I did not, I'll have to type it. Do we understand why it's already giving me value to find and it showed chemistry? Let me go back. You remember I already clicked on chemistry here, but if I click outside it, let's say I didn't click on chemistry. So if I go to replace value, so you see that I now have to type it unlike the other one. So that one, the first step will come in very handy if you don't want to make mistake in the spelling or something like that. So let's work with that. So click on our chemistry and then replace value. So this is how you can make changes or rather correct spelling. So it's part of data cleaning. So we said that she's in chemistry education, not chemistry. So what we'll do is we'll change it to chemistry education and then we'll click on OK. So you see that now it has changed to chemistry education. If we want to cancel these changes that we made here. We'll just click on this and click on this. Do we get that? Thank you. Now, the next thing we'll be doing is how do you know? Let's assume we're having a bulky data set, and how do you know that this data? How do you know where to clean, where not to clean? What is the error that you're having on this column? So what you do is you come to your view. You come to your view. If you come to your view, you see column quality. When you click on column quality, see what is showing us now. Showing us valid 100%, error 0%, empty 0%. So if we had any empty rows here, it would have given us the percentage. And that will now help us to know that, okay, on this column, we're having empty rows. Do we understand? So what it's telling us now is that for our column quality is 100%, meaning there are no errors. If we come to our column distribution, it's telling us how many distinct values we have and how many unique values we have. Distinct values are values that are different, and then unique values, those values that are not repeated. They are just themselves, like they are unique. They don't have duplicates. For example, we have 5 distinct values, which means we have 5 different values here. And you agree with me, we have Diary, Sheung, Peter, Esther, Tega. Then Diary is now repeated. So these are 5 different values. Then 4 unique. Because Diary has a duplicate, it is repeated. That is why it did not count it. That is what your column distribution is telling you. So it's telling you your distinct values and your unique values. Do we get that? So you see from our column department, we have 6 distinct, 6 unique. Age, same thing. Then for the column profile, if we click on the column profile, it tells us the counts. Remember, we have 6 rows. It tells us its value distribution, the error, empty, distinct, unique, empty string, mean, max. Do we get that? So in the next our next video, we'll be looking at how we upload data from a data source, and then we use is our data preview group. So see you in the next video.